Oh no, Simple's charging in at the front, and Electronic's going to steal it away. It's not quite getting aced as your first round, but still, you know, 4 from Perfecto lays it to rest pretty convincingly there to open up.
No one's complaining after that one. No one except Fnatic, right? That's not the round they wanted to begin Pro League with, but it's not how you start, Harry. It's how you go on. It's how you finish. No one remembers the first round, but they'll certainly remember the last. Let's see if Fnatic can bounce back with a force buy. They don't like that, right? They didn't even get to run their execute or do what they wanted on that pistol round, so they're going to give it another go. Tech9's out. No Deagles, so speed is expected. Fnatic and the Tech9, this is, you know, side by side expected. Fast out short, mollies are down. Fnatic moving in with a flashbang. Electronics up close though, and he makes that quick contact. Brolin gone, and he gets out alive, dodges the flash on the retreat as well. And Na'Vi tried to jump out. KRIMZ takes one with him. mezii, another entry, but the flank is in from Combit on the big wrap, and he's got a double on his plate, chowing down to find a second for Na'Vi. And man, I mean, we've had no time to warm in, Harry, but there's so many things we want to talk about. There's so many cool things about this series, and it's already starting off exciting.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this Fnatic squad, I think the desk also did a good job of like highlighting how there is just a crazy amount to discuss with this, right? And like in that same vein, you also don't really know where to measure your expectations at all, right?
From either side.
For Na'Vi, it's going to be interesting to see, right? Because we got them back online, and oh man, it looked like 2020 never even ended, mate, or like
2019.
2019 never even ended.
2020, never heard of it, mate. Did not happen.
Yeah, man, you get them back at Cologne. They make another, you know, Katowice-esque run. Oh, it was looking so good. And now the question is, you know, how is it going to hold up online for this team post-player break?
Oh, one of the hot prospects of the UK, mezii, gets a couple of kills off the P250, taking down Simple, gotta feel good, and now Fnatic buying in full. Yeah,
I saw Alex call mezii an IGL dream, if I'm not mistaken, right? He said he's like the glue that helps hold everything together.
He said he doesn't know what he's going to be good at because he's good at everything. And hell, there are worse problems to have. That's like a job interview. What's your biggest flaw? Oh, I'm a perfectionist. I'm too good. What's your biggest flaw?
Oh, I'm like so good at everything that I don't find things challenging.
Well, this is certainly a challenge up against Simple and friends. He's got the AWP in the first gun round. Fnatic, they love this water area. They've taken it yet again. Met with nades of Na'Vi. The door going off gives Simple an avenue to respond. They smoke him. They haven't cleared Con. They don't know what lurks inside, and they won't like it if they find. Brolin's lining up nades towards Monster, but no one will get hit by these. Safe positions for Na'Vi. It's worth a shot for Fnatic. I wonder if Boomich will spam as he hears these nades go out. The molly's good timing. It's going to mean Fnatic need to move, and they will, into B.
Oh, Alex with the opener. Brolin trying to find more, and he gets away with a double. Now, there is still this Conrad coming in from Simple and Bit. A 2-on-3, and they're going to try and assemble this boost quickly, hoping that this tips the scales in the retake. If nothing comes in, might just be a save out of Na'Vi. Nothing given over. Now they hear Simple drop. They know that boost was just assembled, and Fnatic, by not over-peaking here, by not getting caught by that boost, they have secured the safety of this round. They're going to get there first when the guns come out. Great entries there from Brolin, right? It was very, very important that he trades Alex, and then he goes on to really, you know, lock down that B-bomb site.
Yeah, it's cool because, you know, obviously there's a lot of big names on this Fnatic team, but I think the one thing they have alongside Firepower is so much entry potential. So many of these players have proven to be able to fit in that role in the past and, you know, provide the opener. So I'm excited to see where the roles lie for Fnatic. When we saw that interview from Alex with HLTV, great interview, recommend you read it. He talked about how you know, they're trying to find this mix of tactical style that he likes to bring to his teams, and then combine that with the fact that, you know, Fnatic have always been very loose, like the Swedes and Fnatic have always been very loose, and trying to find a balance there to hit their peak, hit their stride.
I think it's even exciting when you look at this squad, you know, for any Swedes who love the old Fnatic organization, it's important to remember, de talar engelska nu, you know? They're speaking English now.
We like that. Yeah. Quick pick for Simple. They charge in. That's a nice trade for Brolin. He looks away and Boomich grabs the frag as Perfecto pushes in. Alex knows, and he does deal with him, but so does Simple. Responding from heaven, leaving just Jackinho. He'd love it all, but he can't take Simple's out of his hands. 3 kills for Simple. The opener and the closer for that man. And no better man for the job. Talking of orbs, I know we always reroute back to fnatic. It's mainly because they are the question mark.
Yeah, just because there's so much. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we know
this is
Na'Vi
everyone's first time looking at them.
Nothing new there. But,
you know what to expect out of Na'Vi.
I think there are big questions on that orb from fnatic, right? Like, you know, I don't want to start doom and gloom, so I won't. So Jackinho, you know, he's been on this team a while. We've really not seen his orbing. Sometimes second, even then, not really that much. So I can't wait to see, you know, if he can be that orb that he's been touted to be on the primary role. Because it's been a while since his former teams where he was running that orb, and fnatic have a lot of faith in him. Simple, meanwhile...
Oh, no!
That's an orb.
The stars align for Simple. Mate, the game just runs different for this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Whenever he's playing it, it looks like a Call of Duty single-player campaign with how things happen, mate.
It's on rails.
Yeah. And now Bit waiting here in Con. I think Bit's been such a great addition, man. Yeah. Look at this, he's holding down the connector, and he plays it smart. He gets away with one, and he knows just his presence is enough to cause problems. He doesn't want to give away this con control, open up a potential route down to that B-bomb site. You know, that would let fnatic complicate things. Instead, he's just holding this real estate, not giving it away. And it's leaving fnatic with very little to do. The way I'm looking at this, they kind of have no choice but to try and deal with this con player.
Yeah.
They're also getting wrapped by Electronic through B, because Na'Vi have got the info as to where both of these players are, and so they are taking real estate all across the board. This should be undoable for fnatic now.
Yeah, they've got loads of nades, and they are still holding on for these flanks, but just missing timings right now. They were hoping they could force Bits rotate up Con by peeking the A site with Bomb, but it didn't work, and now Simple posted and ready for mezii. Jackinho dead to Bit on the flank. The Bomb's lost. I mean, it was already an impossible round, and now it gets harder. Electronic with a flank, and 5 alive for fnatic, or for Na'Vi. Names elude me. Boomich may get tagged up on A, but he dodges death, and Simple starts strong. Oh, mama. fnatic. Little eco before things get back to normal. They try the Tech 9s. Now let's see what their Deagles can do.
Oh, I like the molly mid. If they didn't extinguish it, you know Bit's taking that real estate, right? At the very, very least, it's still info gained for Na'Vi. They know that there's players out here in middle on the back of extinguishing that Molotov. So it's helped give them a bit of a better idea as to how this is looking. You'll look that, you know, while they give with one hand, they let you take this park and party area, they will take with the other. Electronic has pushed up to short water. And this is such a key area of the map to hold on to. It's going to allow for one of these 3 players at B to be a little more loose, rotate between either site. And that's kind of, you know, where we see Boomich right now. He's going to be that guy over in heaven for the time being. But I imagine, you know, if contact is made over here at A, we see him move up right away.
Yeah, Simple sets Bit up in toilets, and now we got a smoke down. Simple holding short side gives Bit just that smoke to worry about, and so he will. Walking through is Brolin, and Bit chews him up. Many more to be found, though. fnatic might want to slow down. They don't want to walk a smoke again. Didn't work the first time. Why not the orb? Let's try that. No, dead is Bit as well, as mezii does find his opening Deeg shot. And 3 on 4 for fnatic. They grab a gun, but what can they really do with it? One flash for Alex to try and get them in. He's going to lob it over. Now mezii making a move, forget the rifle, he wants D shots, and he's got Simple fully flashed, now upgraded, and looking for these 2 players on the bomb site. Perfecto tucked in, mezii can't clear him, but he tries, and Perfecto doubles up. NT for fnatic. One more bullet landing, and suddenly, that's a scary round, but instead, it's Na'Vi dealing with the eco as they should. And now we get to see the AWP Jackinho in full force.
God, I feel kind of relieved, right? After we saw, you know, G2 also have a good run back in Cologne on land, and they come back post-player break, and you know, I don't want to mince words here. They really do shit the bed in their group, right? 0-5. I was a little worried that we could see Na'Vi have a slow start post-player break online.
Been known to do that.
Yeah, but right now I think we're getting a very good game out of them. Simple is just looking unhinged, as he so often does. Then you've got this really nice supporting cast of players around him. It looks unreal when you look at this squad and you go, mate, Simple actually has help for a change. Like, oh,
yeah,
I'll be damned.
This Rifle and Buddy and Electronic got wall banged out by mezii, who has just been finding opening kills left and right. Perfecto looking to close out the B play. How does that hit for Simple? He will finally get hounded down, but I'm not worried yet. Brolin 1v2, quick shot up heaven, can't connect, and Boomich keeps the round in Na'Vi's hands. 7-1. And right now, it's a bit of a beating. Fnatic, they may be finding close rounds. They may be getting into these 3v3s, but Na'Vi are closing every single buy. And like you said, unhinged is Simple is no surprise. 12-3. No one rivaling that for Fnatic, not yet. The two Swedes pretty, or two of the three Swedes pretty silent. But it is cool to have this UK-Swedish mix. Obviously, Fnatic a UK org, going back to their roots here. It's been a while, but we all enjoy it.
Yeah, they've even got that cool little London-based HQ.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah, saw the Cologne trophy there. Yoink. Bit of a techie. Before we get back into things, called out by Na'Vi.
Well, you know, if you want to talk about something as well, you know, going ride in that international thought train with this Fnatic squad. When we had Golden back at CS Summit, he was talking about how, you know, one thing that Sweden wasn't very good at was like kind of teeing up the up and comers, right, to replace the big names once they stepped away. And in a way, you know, maybe this Fnatic squad is almost like an admission of that, right? Like, you do have these young players in Brolin and Jackinho. To call Brolin like inexperienced is just a lie. This guy's got loads now, but like, you know what I mean? He's still pretty young. Jackinho on that grind as well. KRIMZ is like the real OG in the squad. Yeah,
what's super exciting to jump off that point as well is while I definitely see that's true, and maybe that's part of the reason why Fnatic wanted to go international and look elsewhere. But on top of that, we do see people like Brolin, like Golden rather, and even Samuelson and other pieces of Fnatic training up this Fnatic Academy team, this Fnatic Rising roster, which does include two Swedes in there as well, one of which, Pepsor, who was originally on the 6th man roster for Fnatic. Now it's Regali. Regali, if you did catch the Academy League, you know, this guy's a beast. This guy's an AWP player, Romanian player, and I, you know, I rep Jackinho. I want to see what he can do this season.
But I also really rep Regali. It's a hard one.
In the back of your mind, you're thinking, if Jackinho doesn't perform, with Regali now swapped onto that 6th man spot, that's scary, right? So, you know, he's definitely, you know, one of those up-and-comers, one of those inexperienced, 18, 19 years old. And yeah, maybe that's some flame below you if you're Fnatic or if you're Jackinho in this position.
One of like the wildest, you know, if while we're on like the topic of these like academy players, right, is looking at Na'Vi. Obviously, like the academy player is mezii, right? And it feels like he's in like a really weird spot because obviously he's this star AWP player and he's incredible at what he does.
Na'Vi don't need one of those.
But the only issue, right, with Na'Vi, you can see where I'm going with this. You can see this train of thought. The one thing they don't need is a star AWP player.
Yeah, so you don't want to ask Simple to put down the AWP. Not again. Not after last time. So yeah, here we go. Pause relieved and buy in for Fnatic. They've put an AK in the hands of mezii. Surrounded by pistols. Alex is going to flash them party. Try and clear out an aggressive player. There's no one here. Bit is roaming around long, and Simple, who started with a 4-man B stack, has moved up CT as well. With toilet smoke coming down, Bit's calling for support, and Electronic will also be drawn in. Fnatic walk the smoke. Bit doesn't know. No one does. Simple does. Quick pick yet again. Opening onto Alex. And these are going to be hard shots to hit for Fnatic up against this AWP. They've got Deagles to do it. Let's see if anyone can find him. He hit that.
Oh, Brolin's up in their face. This Deagle, oh, needed the second now. Electronic will get stifled by KRIMZ. And that's given room to Fnatic. However, Bit is prepared to take it all away. He's even got a man alongside him. Him and Boomich pushed up through these toilets coming in on a fast flank. Sure, Boomich is toppled, but low HP on both these players now for Fnatic, and they need to find this CT player. They've got to try and deal With this rotation, nowhere is safe to plant in this site while both toilets and CT are occupied. A swing on either side would not be hard-pressed to deny that bomb plant. So it's a waiting game right now. And I can assure you, Fnatic, you are not going to get given these peaks that you're waiting for. They have to go looking for them. And that's only dug the hole deeper. mezii tapping the bomb. Hasn't baited a peek out of Perfecto. He's done it again to try and force the peek. And this time he's sandwiched as they both push up on either side. This is a very well-drilled looking Na'Vi.
Na'Vi could not have played that better. They really couldn't. Even at the end, right? Perfecto doesn't fall for the fake, firstly, but then as he goes for the second tap, Bit is the one running, and Perfecto's playing second. Bit's got the cover of the boxes. As soon as, you know, he hears Bit running, that's when Perfecto peeks out. So, yeah, just manipulating with the minds of Fnatic. Good round out of Na'Vi. You know, again, Deagles, they get closer. There's been a lot of close rounds here, a lot of 2v2s, 3v3s, but at the end of the day, it's all coming up yellow.
Mate, the beautiful thing about this Na'Vi squad, and in comparison to Na'Vi squads of old, is like whenever Na'Vi of old have ever made a run, you go, yeah, that was good. I hope they can keep it up. Because realistically, like maybe it gets worse from here. Whereas with this Na'Vi, because you have so many fresh faces, I feel like they're on a path where it can only get better in a way, right? Like you hope that Bit only grows as a player. You hope that Perfecto only grows as a player. I mean, even if you compare when Perfecto first joined this team to where he's at now, he feels so much more established, right? He's like one of the core pillars of this squad. And he's proven time and time again to be like a great crunch time player.
Yeah, and you know, bringing in someone like Bit, I mean, we've been talking about academy teams and up and coming players, younger guys, and I mean, this year and the last 12 months for CIS has been no surprise in that, right? Seeing teams like VP, Spirit, Gambit, all these guys rise up in form and hit those top 10 spots, while Bit deserves to be there along with the rest of them. Oh, gone now, though, through the smoke. Fnatic keep going through that. KRIMZ has been in connector all around, and Boomich has not been giving him the time of day. You want short, you've got to take it from me. Simple takes Alex, and a 4-on-3 for Na'Vi. Close smoke lets Fnatic move up without the threat of the AWP, but they don't want it. It's all a bit of a bait, and it's worked well. 3 on A. Boomich has to stop this play. He's got to get something done here, and there's one. Lovely work. Still up on Na'Vi as Fnatic charge into B.
Oh, it's been tapered off with that flash, though, and so many rotates have come in that mezii knows he can't win this round. As sad as it is to admit defeat, it's really the only option they leave him with. He sees, you know, or his teammate, I guess, sees not 1, but 3 players there on the push.
Yeah, and also because Fnatic are running that rotate, Boomich is hearing it the entire time. So even though he only gets 1 kill, that doesn't feel like a lot with 3 on A. But because he's calling, yeah, they're coming down connector. Perfecto's already so deep in position. So Na'Vi were never going to give away that bomb plant. Fresh fade for Boomich. Looking good, my man.
He is looking good, isn't he, man? Yeah. Oh, Boomich is such a stylish guy.
Double molly almost every round as well for Na'Vi in these mid takes. Fnatic, you'll expel a smoke just to get some semblance of mid control, but you're never going to use 2. Unless you're really doing something fast, it's just going to limit your util. And in this round, Fnatic do not have a lot to play with.
Yeah, I love that that's what so much of this Na'Vi CT side is almost based around, is like slowing this mid take and therefore kind of giving yourself a bit more room elsewhere to pressure, right? Yeah. Whether that be with these double setups over in mid or with Electronic taking short water all across the board, Na'Vi are looking to get aggressive. And it's a beautiful sight because famously, Hugo, Na'Vi were not like this super aggressive in your face team there. You would have had guys like Simple taking some aggression, you know, going through the motions with the orb. But a CT side that's this oppressive, not something I'm incredibly used to seeing out of them. It's a beautiful sight. Look at this, Electronic has him trapped at the nightclub, mate. But Alex is friends with the bouncer, and he gets him sent away. Jackinho nails a shot onto Bit as well. And so finally, this aggressive, oppressive stance that Na'Vi have taken is being used against them. It's taken a lot of time for Fnatic to be in this position, and it's still not a guarantee yet. But with 3 players stacked up for Na'Vi on this B site, if Fnatic go away, the round is theirs.
Yeah, Na'Vi should be realizing now they've just peeked deep in Monster. They've seen nothing. Boomich is going to start to his steps as Fnatic throw in util. They're surprisingly, you know, welcomed into this A site, and Fnatic have been given nothing, as you were just saying. So They hesitate, but they will get that plant in. Grenades land, but not enough to do damage, and Na'Vi might have to save. And that comes back to these close rounds, right? The damage Fnatic have been doing. Na'Vi make a gamble, it's not the right one, and they get kept down on B. Yeah, nice aggressive round, though. Right, Electronic, that's just a bit weird. He fires off by accident. Maybe he thinks he sees someone. Maybe it's a misclick. And at that point, they know he's pushed in through. And you could see him, like, jiggling. And the reason he got caught there is because while he's trying to safe jiggle barrels and check spawn, he also knows there could be a player on the nightclub, right? And so he doesn't want to not go wide enough and then get walked up on. That forces him into this weird limbo of, okay, I've got to peek, but I've got to also get lucky. And he doesn't get lucky. Alex hits the headshot. And Fnatic regroup on that A site. Nice try for Na'Vi. But yeah, they were hitting 2 bomb sites at the same time on this CT side, right? The flash here for Bit with that aggressive play was timed with Electronic making this jiggle. So yeah, trying to do everything they can. And fair enough, Na'Vi have been able to do whatever they want in the CT side. Finally punished. Let's see how things change.
But you know, that's almost, that round there is like the psychology of like the idea behind growing up, right?
Yeah.
You're constantly pushing the limits and seeing actually what you're allowed to get away with. That's what Na'Vi are doing there.
Ooh.
And B-Rush for Fnatic. Is this going to go well? Perfecto is blinded. He's not able to take that peek that he wanted to, and Electronic needs to help him out here. The Famas will get one. Oh, make it a double. 180s apiece for Electronic. And he even damage dealt to Jackinho. A 3-on-2, this B-Rush. It slows to a crawl now as we get into the minutiae of clearing these sight angles. Boomich is playing an aggressive line. Flash to try and set up this short peek as well. Na'Vi are really trying to make you uncomfortable, Fnatic. Are you going to let them? KRIMZ ain't. He takes the head off of Boomich. And that's a lot of pressure alleviated now.
Yeah, the inertia of just waiting, no one wanting to give these kills over. KRIMZ will have to go and steal them. Jackinho leaves the angle as Simple dons it. Flick needed, and Simple almost hits it, man. Terrified. Simple has that cross on lock. KRIMZ can jump up and plant sandbags. He's got the short cover, but he doesn't know. Bit's tucked in behind the sandbags. He won't go until it's too late. KRIMZ backstabbed, thought he was covered, and Jackinho didn't have that realization. And now he's locked in into a fight that Bit won't give away. Simple's waiting. He'll eventually have to move, maybe drop in. That's when Bit will activate. Unless Jackinho comes to them.
Yeah, this is such a mind game of a round. Jackinho wants to keep Bit trapped here, but the whole time he's paranoid that Simple is getting closer, and that's because Simple's getting closer. Here he is, over in the water. Jackinho first shot misses. It's all getting a bit wild around the smoke. Simple on the receiving end. Bit will trade it, but the round is still Fnatic's. Jackinho winning a 1v2.
My goodness.
And Na'Vi, you know, it's a bit of a shame. I think they're hoping that Jackinho kind of outbrains himself, that the panic gets to him and he gives away a fight that he shouldn't. But Jackinho's got steely nerves, mate. He just keeps himself scoped up on Bit's angle at short for so long. And ultimately, you know, he kind of gives like Na'Vi enough rope to hang themselves, as it were, right?
That smoke gives him a lot of room as well, even though it's not intended to. He's just able to dance around it and only fight on one side of the pillar. Na'Vi, a lost round. A couple in a row now. They've still got a bit of money, but this, I mean, losing this gives Fnatic a way in, right? It gives them the chance for 9-6 half. Simple. How does he hit these shots? I don't know. Tagging KRIMZ on the cross to long, and you've got a lot of information if you're Na'Vi. You know, Fnatic are heavy A out of the gate. Is that going to cause a rotate? Not for now. Electronic has taken water, and at a certain point, Boomich just needs to move. Yeah, there he goes, back up A, leaving Perfecto to hold alone at B. Simple re-aggressing into Jackinho's orb, but he won't go too far. Oh, nice duck shot. Jackinho grabs it. Bit catches Alex going through the smoke, and as we've said, that's been a consistent factor of this T side for Fnatic. Bit's catching on. 4-on-4. Fnatic deep up long, and that's a good Molotov for Boomich. They were ready to go through, and now they've got to wait. Giving time for rotates. Fnatic are still going to pummel in this A site.
Yeah, it's bought you a bit of time. Oh, Bit can't find a thing. Boomich cleared as well. Brolin, once again, fast and loose with the entries, and Jackinho closes the round. The man to open it is the one to put another on the board for Fnatic, and they're well on their way to recovering this half.
Jackinho's looking good.
Yeah, he's started to come alive since bringing the AWP out.
Kill Simple there, that's a very hard kill, considering not only Simple's just waiting on the angle, but he's been having a great day today, rolling with the entries, rounds after rounds. I'm liking what I'm getting out of fnatic. Na'Vi may start strong, but fnatic won't give up or go down without a fight. Now, that 9-6 half that we're talking about, it's predicated on the back of one rifle round for Na'Vi. That's the question. For now, I'm not expecting the eco win. Some normalcy to return here, I hope. Electronic going through, though.
Mate, he does this every round. It's kind of spooky.
And mezii's selling the fake, but he's used all his grenades towards B. He's thinking, yeah, mate, they're faked out hard. They're scared B.
Yeah,
nope.
They don't know.
They know everything. So now we can see Na'Vi pad this A bomb site. It's still pistols, again. But these can always get out of control.
Yeah, now you have to see if you're... just big fish in a little pond as you move into Shrimple's waters over here in Con. He's ready to dig you down.
Yeah, man, when Simple sees food, he eats it. But he's not been given much of an opportunity. Molotov on the side, nice trade for Perfecto's Deagle. 1 of 3 in the round, and Bits P250 has found an AK.
Oh, another toilet player though. He's not ready for the trade out of mezii. This could still get weird. Simple's rotated up through CT. Electronic is 50 kilometers away, mate. Like, he's a long way from playing in just yet, especially as he takes the long flank. Called that because of the position, but also because of the time it's going to take. Now, mezii's going to hear this run up, and Electronic never even gets to play into the round.
Yeah, mezii looking versatile still, and Simple not going to get given away back in here. Truck plant, fnatic just get to hang on. And Simple, yeah, saving some armor, saving some face here, as Na'Vi will just be looking for that final round buy, get whatever they can with it. fnatic, a very worrying start to this series, right? With them almost getting aced in the pistol, them going 9-1 down. Well, they've now found some form here in the last 4, and Na'Vi have to piece together this buy. It could have an AWP. If he buys body armor and drops the AWP, Simple will be wielding that. Means Bit doesn't have a utility, but he has just been sitting in toilets a lot of the time. A smoke would be nice. Maybe Simple can do that for him, but it's not like Bit needs the util. He's been getting flashed into a lot of aggressive angles as well. All right, fnatic heading into the last round of the half, and this means everything to them.
Oh, Simple up here on the boost. Jackinho.
Oh, he saw him.
Oh, it's awkward.
Didn't shoot.
No one gonna win that. mezii's up short, and the nade timed with electronic spray. That looked crazy calculated. Jackinho's repelled out as short, and so this real estate that fnatic had just moments ago has been taken away.
Yeah, back to the drawing board.
I think this round's really going to come down to, how much a guy like Brolin can get away with. He's been great at getting these openers, and with him and mezii both out of the round, I think you're in a bit of a rough spot now.
Yeah, that's the power duo that's been getting so many of these picks, right? Jackinho, maybe a big AWP round from him needed. Meanwhile, Na'Vi have 2 tagged up players. Electronic's got the AWP, a rare case, but he is only on 20, and Simple's more than notable with a rifle. Got flashes to get you out B here. And Na'Vi, they're not going to be making any aggro moves in this round now. They just re-smoke Monster. They delay the clock by another 15. They still have 3 on A, leaning heavily on that top side, where many of these rounds have ended up for fnatic. Really, all the 1 rounds for fnatic have been on A, the majority of. Perfecto, spamming smokes. They've got to be careful. Molotov ready as well. More and more of the clock getting burned, as well as the opportunities for fnatic. And here come these Swedes and Brits as they sneak through the tunnel.
Oh, Electronic on that AWP says farewell to Alex and Jackinho. Much the same fate. Electronic gonna close it with a little double, and so Na'Vi get that 10-5 half after all. fnatic, though, they have stumbled back to their feet. Can they pick it up on the CT side? Let's find out in just a moment.
now that we assigned Alex, mezii, and Keita, the communication has been pretty good, I would say. I thought it would be really strange and weird and hard to like talk English all the time, but the transition has been really good actually.
Ooh, it's exciting, isn't it, Hugo? The debut of this Fnatic squad and a Na'Vi that are looking fired up. Ooh, right in the height of a big win all the way back in Cologne. Now that was the return to LAN. Here online, we did have questions about how Na'Vi would look, but at least from this first half, it feels like they're standing up pretty well.
Yeah, I think we got good things off both sides right now to you know, look at coming into the second half, and now we've just got to see Na'Vi's typical slow T-side rounds and whether that's been changed over the player break. What more is there to see? Simple posted on B. Often see this guy with a P250 in these opening rounds, but Boomich has just brought nades with electronic, and we've got Glocks all out and about. Double nade for Fnatic. Maybe you're looking to deny a bomb plant on either bomb site. They're actually playing very safe towards B as well, even though these nades are up on top. Alex is starting to move down. You don't know, yeah, both the nade players are just running in tandem together, knowing that wherever it is, as long as we're together, we can dunk this plant. Na'Vi are trying to fake them out on that top site, though.
I love the double nade play. This is like real old school Fnatic. This is what they used to do when Golden was in the team. So, you know, you talk about how Alex is trying to accommodate. You don't get more accommodating than running their old classic pistol strap. We need these nades to come over now, boys. Come on. They're a little late. They're a little late, but it's fine. The kill still locked in as Electronic was trapped in the bomb site. Now the retake is well and truly afoot.
Flashed in, you're just trying to take fights. Everyone's here though, and no one's getting opening shots for Na'Vi. It's left Boomich on his laurels, 1v4, and he's deleted by mezii. Fnatic with a stylish retake in that 5-on-3. The boost up on top to start, the nades to follow up, and everything goes well for Fnatic. I like the retake setup. We see teams like Gambit do that as well in gun rounds sometimes, so that's, yeah, that's lovely stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was always like...
it always used to be Golden Flusher
on B, Infernos, retaking B, playing Coffins and CT, nading Coffins.
So many pistol rounds out of that Golden Love Fnatic squad featured the double nade onto bomb plant.
Hey, we got Keitra on the cam as well. Old Cole coach, if you know him. Lovely guy.
Big pickup for this this squad.
Yes, absolutely. Another British boy. We still have, you know, Alex talked about in that interview I was mentioning that how Samuelson is still there. You know, he's outside of the bubble, so he can give a different perspective. And, you know, Fnatic have a lot of support in that sense from the start, from the org.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. They've like completely restructured the whole thing. You know, like Samuelson is like a much more top-down approach to both teams now, like the Fnatic Academy and the main Fnatic squad, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
And then you've got Keita as like this very hands-on coach to the main team.
Yeah, and one of the credits of Keita as well, the blame often gave him in Cole was, oh, this guy like does so much work. We always go through demos. You know, these guys had like the most ESCA refrag demos on the website. You know, trawled through. And so in terms of preparing for a team like Na'Vi, well, those are great things to have in your repertoire. Fnatic with a pistol, looking for a comeback, but Na'Vi want to flip the script immediately. They've read the screenplay. And Simple, looking to play dirty, moving up with this AK, surrounded by armorless Deegs on the most part. Boomich was the one to drop this over. Oh, only Simple hits those. Any more? Yes.
Oh, it's a thing of beauty. This AK good for the openers. Just Brolin left to get past Simple and Boomich. They come together to find that kill. And now KRIMZ and Alex are throwing into this retake. This AK on Simple at 12 points of health. And look at the position he's playing, bro. Like,
Turret, man.
He's just like crashed in the middle of the site. Oh, Simple. Another. Just KRIMZ left to beat. 12 points of health. KRIMZ will bring Simple to his knees and is still in with a chance of winning this round.
Bomb's bad.
Electronic will catch it on the swing, but yeah, I agree, Hugo. That could have got out of hand with the truck plant. It's always a little bit scary.
Yeah, it was wider as well, so you wouldn't have to like fully commit. When you see people plant like mid-truck, that's when the situation gets dangerous. It's not for bank, it's not for long, it's not for short, but it's wider. However, Electronic knew he had to peek before KRIMZ gets on that bomb. There was a kit nearby as well.
Electronic was also the guy to plant the bomb, which definitely helps, you know, like, because he knows where he put it.
Great round out of Simple though. 1 AK, and Na'Vi were planning for failure as well. They had 4 guys with nothing. So they were saving. They would be buying up here even if they lost that round, but that's a perfect way to flip it on its head in this second half, putting fnatic on Deagles. We often say this, and it holds true with how the money is in Counter-Strike right now. Winning that second round after losing Pistol is in essence better than winning Pistol. It digs your opponents a very deep economical hole without that extra loss bonus at the start of the half. Fnatic, $1,400, and they've spent it wisely.
Oh, electronics being flashed to the nines. That AK can get thrown over onto someone like, you know, KRIMZ or Brolin, someone with some HP behind this armor. So KRIMZ is going to be the guy to get it. A triple rotate fast up towards A. Jackinho tries to cross with the flashes. Brolin's at least traded that kill out. Not comfy yet for Na'Vi by any stretch of the imagination. I think once again, we're going to have to eye up Simple, see what he can get away with around this smoke. Brolin deegs him out of the round. And so Boomich has made the call. We're getting out of A. I don't like what we've just seen. They're going to try and move down Con, but Alex is here ahead of time. Very low on HP. They don't Perfecto hasn't gone out, and they haven't even accounted for this pillar position. Alex, they're right here. And he's dropped the bomb. 20 seconds now for Boomich. Not enough time, not enough chances. I love that from Alex. Like, you're not going to win that on an aim duel. You're not going to win that swinging out with the Deeg at 15 points of health. He goes, no, I'm going to use the element of surprise, baby.
It was very risky, mate. It was 10 health. I thought he would stay at the headshot angle, right, knowing you also can't cross in that deep, but he hit the perfect timing to pillar and the last place they expected. I mean, Boomich is going deep as well. That round was pretty screwed. Even if Perfecto gets the plant or kills Alex, Boomich, the bomb's not for him. So, you know, there were ways for that to go wrong anyway for Na'Vi, and Fnatic win a deco. So Force by Wars are on. They really should not have won that, far more than how Na'Vi shouldn't have won their second, but that's how these games start, or rather these halves. Natus Vincere now with their one gun again.
I mean, I think already you should be pretty impressed with how Fnatic are remaining, you know, so competitive in this, especially with that, what, I think it was 7-1 scoreline touted by Na'Vi at one point in time. (8-1) rather. So not even giving them enough credit. Brolin waiting in the toilets, Boomich and Bit. Oh no, Brolin. Oh no!
Glocked.
Yeah, that's a little bit brutal. It's not the Glock to get the kill, but he does do the bulk of the damage. Now, Boomich, give that AK over. Good boy.
Yeah, not armored, right? So he again drops Simple. Like, you know, I just to draw back parallels to the whole Zeus thing when we had that time where it was like, you know, you'd see Zeus with an AK over Simple, and the logic of, oh, Simple can do more with a Deagle and I can do less with an AK, and that weird justification. Boomich, that's not the argument, I know. But, Boomich never does that, and I like that. You know, always setting Simple up for success, and we saw that second round. They did it with it, and now they look to do it again.
Boomich is just a sweetheart. He's like, yeah, Simple is the best, so of course I give him the AK.
Simping for Simple, and I can barely blame you. Flicks left and right, mezii good night. Simple's in the site, and Alex has to stop them. He can't. Oh my goodness, Simple, give us a break. He's even going back for the flank, but the bomb's not covered. KRIMZ doubles up. 4 seconds, he's won the round. Oh my goodness. KRIMZ with a 1-on-3 out of absolutely nowhere. Na'Vi could not cover, or did not rather. And Fnatic, by the skin of their teeth.
That's kind of now both of these attempted bomb plants where Na'Vi are almost getting ahead of themselves somewhat, right? The player in the site with Boomich, I think it was Simple.
Yeah, he got lined up, mate. He turned around instantly.
Very awkward.
Look at that lineup.
There, yeah.
He, you know, he just gets hit as KRIMZ is trying to kill the bomb planter. Simple accidentally takes the bullet, and you think maybe the body block is enough. All they need is the plant, and then there's a 1v1 that you can convert.
That's crazy.
That's so unlucky, really, more than anything, because they were just considering that time.
That's what I was about to say, right? You saw like the penny drop as the bomb is getting tapped in. Simple goes, wait, they could be short. Turns, and as he makes that decision to turn, that's when he's already getting limed up by KRIMZ. So
limed up, man.
Limed up,
Tequila
mate,
in there as well.
Yeah, dude.
Salt in the wound. And Fnatic, maybe some drinks at the bar after this one, if they can convert it.
I didn't notice I said limed up, but of course you did.
I went somewhere with it, Harry. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have a joke. Don't worry. You got to make light heart of the darkest of moments. It's lime time, baby, and Na'Vi, they've got a sour taste in their mouth.
Yeah, right now it's Bit in the limelight, right? He's got that AK, so let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, slow down now for Na'Vi. fnatic 4 strong on that lower site. Jackinho 5 and 14, but you know his impact has got to be noted. 4 of those 5 kills, extremely high impact. I guess 3 actually, because he only killed 1 in the 1v2 that he won, and he had a massive opener closer round, taking down Simple and getting fnatic one of their first rifle rounds on the board as well. So it was that little streak of 4-5-4 it was, if you remember, in the first half, right at the end. And Jackinho was at the forefront of the first 2. Now we go into B. Na'Vi, not much util to get it done. Bit needs some entries.
Okay, there's the trade to KRIMZ, but he's brought down very low in the process, and there's no one else armored here. So you give it to Simple and you say, look, I know this isn't ideal, but if anyone could get the Na'Vi squad believing, it's this guy.
This is such a botched round, though, with 1 flash. At least with Bit giving the gun over, he can now line them up with util.
Oh, Alex swinging in. Simple's traded it. And everyone else is going to act like big, fleshy decoys. They are Simple's armor, essentially. They get ahead of that, and the FAMAS just chunks them all down. No hope for Na'Vi in that round there. 9 on the board for fnatic, and a weird monetary situation to find yourself in. You can get 4 rifles here, right? The reason it's a little bit weird is because of Bit obviously saving in that KRIMZ 1v3.
Yeah, we've had like loads of people
forced by walls, right? So it's all a bit odd.
People ecoing and giving Simple guns, so Boomich having like $0 when everyone else is saving. Yeah, it's a bit all over the place, and you actually can't blame Na'Vi for any of these economical investments. They've been good calls, I would say, especially with the fact that they won the first force, and then really they should have won the second force after fnatic decoded them, but it was KRIMZ who got that massive 1-on-3 that you all remember. And so this game is now, as a result of that KRIMZ clutch, closed up 11-9. And Na'Vi are going for it. It's a very mishmash buy. You'll see.
Something I want to draw attention to, right? 2 players that have attempted the most opening duels right now for Na'Vi, Simple and Bit. Right now, Bit is 7-0 in opening duels.
What about Simple?
4-2.
Not bad.
Of course, the ones where he fell short were to Jackinho.
Yeah. Got a little rivalry there already, perhaps. Electronic, a late short luck. Brolin, with the door off, he's got to worry about both Con and his behind, and even the top side that is being watched right now for Jackinho. But that won't remain forever if Rifles were to push him back, and it's only Bit on A anyway. Na'Vi are leaning B, Bit selling a bit of a fake through Connector. Perfecto baits Brolin, but he goes right up behind the smoke, and you can see there's no one clearing Connector. And this is what I talked about. He's still scared of top Con. Jackinho's got to rotate down lower. It looks like a B play, and that's because it is.
Oh, Boomich. Coming out ahead there. Alex with the flank is cancelled out by Bit. I wonder if that puts change in the wind of Na'Vi. No, they still want to follow through with this B commitment. See, after removing the comp play, the rotations are on their way, and yet they still want to fight for this B control. They lock out the 1 player in the site. It's leaving fnatic with very few options. This boost has suddenly provided a world of opportunity. The 2 big hitters, Simple and Bit, knocked out of the round, and it's low HP Boomich, the guy who opened it up, now has to close it in a 1v2.
That kit is stuck. I don't know if they can even grab it. It looks like it's behind the sandbags. We'll have to see, as time is going to be the biggest problem for fnatic. Like you said, only 1 shot onto Boomich will do it. Yeah, they can't find a kit. It's cursed as hell. We need a stick right here, right now. Mezii's going to go for it. Jackinho with a cover. Should be fine. Should be fine. But Boomich running in with the entry. Doesn't believe it. It's a 10-second stick. Boomich thinks he's won the round. And it's anything but. Bye-bye. Kit not needed. Mezii with a double kill off the boost and then closes it with a defuse.
You know what's weird? I think if they have the kit there, maybe they even outbrain themselves somewhat. Because, like, when it's the 10 seconds and he doesn't hear it tapped again after 5, Boomich is kind of going like, maybe they've gone off and they're holding for me right now. They're holding for the trade.
Hell, all we can speak about is the result, and it comes up for fnatic. What a way back in. After all of that goes down, yeah, simple. After he clears out Alex from the pit, he opened up the red carpet for that B bomb site, and then immediately stained with his and Electronic's blood from the boost. Oh my goodness, this game's got everything. And at the forefront of it all, it's not simple we're just talking about. It's mezii, 20 and 13, British talent, and top of his team right now. You can't not be loving what you're getting out of fnatic. To think this is their debut. Even Alex said, and again, I'm going to go back to that interview because it is chock full of information. You know, he said, yeah, if we want to get playoffs. If we run through the playoffs, if we have a great tournament, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We're not going to think this is our peak. We're going to keep working harder and harder. And so the motivation looks there for fnatic. And how can it not be with results like this? Jackinho flashed out a mid, finding it on AWP on the CT side. This is one of the best halves to run that AWP in the game. And so, safe to say, with an expensive investment, he's got to make it worthwhile.
Brolin and Bit, they face each other there. These are the two players that have attempted the most opening duels for their team. Bit is wrecking Brolin in the stats department there, but finally, Brolin's able to not just win one of these opening fights, but critically, it's versus that you know, can opener for Na'Vi.
Yeah. Is that his first fielded failure on the opening duels now? Maybe. You said 7-0 a few rounds ago, so there is a chance.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Okay. Brolin back for more, but Jackinho's got the cover by his side. Brolin can now tuck in. Jackinho could even back up if he wants. They don't know that Brolin sits here still. And there's even a third man on A, as if matters weren't already hard enough for Na'Vi. Reaggression. Hello, Brolin. He wants to get involved right into the smoke, looking through the divider. They're going to start to try and clear these corners. Brolin's completely swapped sides, and he hears everything. He knows numbers are about in middle. Na'Vi might be saving here. 20 seconds. It's actually a good call. It's not the call you want to make, but what else can you really do? Good
call. You know, it's really the only call, right?
You're patching your wound.
And this is huge. fnatic now tying this game up at 11-11 with, most importantly here, a flawless round. Like, they are so thrilled with the outcome of this one that they essentially removed 2 players, and Na'Vi went, all right, boys, throw in the towel. We'll do it next time. Yeah. Like, this is great. This is great for fnatic because now they have some staying power in this map, right? They're not just going to lose a round, get reset, everything starts going to pot, and you know, it becomes a real big worry with Na'Vi getting some freebies. No, they're going to have to grind their way back through this one now on the Na'Vi side.
Coinbase chart shows you the stonks exactly as they are for fnatic in blue. And so, wow, all right, okay, this game's heating up.
Once again, reminder, 8-1 to Na'Vi. When you look at it through that lens, it suddenly makes this 11-11 feel like fnatic are leaps and bounds ahead almost.
Well, there would be a reason you feel that way. And that's because, well, the numbers speak for themselves. Alex, Electronic did a lot of this in this CT side, right? Pushing through this tunnel, taking monster control. The spray is close. Alex won't go through, and maybe luckily so, because Electronic is tucked in by Monster in a very hard corner to clear from the short pipe. Bit moving out long. He's been here alone in a lot of these rounds, but he will be met once again with steer resistance.
Yeah, you talk about the short pipe. Jackinho's trying to give him the long pipe right now over here. Look at this. Scoped up Bit, waiting.
Ooh.
You just heard that drop down. That's info. You know someone was here. But the bomb is still outside of B. Bit and Perfecto set up for Con and Toilets. I'm curious if the plan is just to rotate Bit through Con with Perfecto holding it, or if they want him to maybe commit to this A play a little, try to put the fear in fnatic.
No more nades to fake it.
So he would just have to throw his body at the problem, and he's going to get out of there, rejoin his teammates at B. That is the right call. Little did Na'Vi know it. Only 2 strong in the site, but Alex is held on. He's bought time. That's the most important thing here. Dropping the bomb out in Monster, and now this smoke down at Barrels. He's just looking to waste time off the clock for Na'Vi, something that has been a reoccurring problem. He knocks out a third. Brolin's now going to have his go at denying this bomb, but Bit is so damn ready. Just Perfecto left. But we said this guy is a good crunch time player. Well, boy, oh boy, is it crunch time, all right. Jackinho to go up against. Bottom of the board for fnatic, but looking to win another clutch for the squad. He's faking it. He scopes to give the illusion. The stick! Oh my god, 6 HP on Jackinho. 6 HP the difference.
Perfecto ran out of ammo. The final bullet, Harry. One more shot and the gun would have done it. It was on the mark. It was on the money. And Jackinho doesn't need to frag to close these rounds.
This is insane. So many of these rounds that Na'Vi look like they are destined to get are being won in the most ludicrous of clutches out of fnatic, but it's enough to keep them in the lead.
I wonder if Perfecto makes the call there with that weird bridge smoke down. Maybe he says to Bit, like, yeah, watch above you, bro. Like, I can cover everything. I can cover headshot, but I can't cover the top of the smoke, and I've got to go back to short eventually to play this bomb. And Bit, what awareness. Even if the call doesn't come in, that's even more credit. But it still doesn't matter, Harry. More smoke sticks on B. Find fnatic CT rounds. Now they're in the lead. They have not been in the lead all game. But a near flawless CT side, 1 round to Na'Vi, and that 1 round was simple with the AK. In round 2, surrounded by Deagles, tripling up in the A site. That's the only thing Na'Vi have. Ever since KRIMZ won that clutch, the momentum has come in for fnatic. Wow. Rule Britannia, man. 12 to 11. No bias here. I just want a great game, and we're getting exactly that. Na'Vi, do they have a second wind in them? Because right now, it's a lights-out storm for fnatic. mezii in the connector doesn't have the same gap that was here earlier. Na'Vi can move into B short without worry. Or at least for the next few seconds until this fades, and then mezii can activate. Alex at B alongside KRIMZ. What a deadly duo. Alex and KRIMZ anchoring the B-bomb site. What world are we in? There's mezii finding his first, again taking down Bit, who was often, as you said, been that opening guy. Not today, Brolin's got another. Oh, Alex is even re-aggressing, the pressure's on. Na'Vi don't know what's about to hit them, and Alex, even though he's traded, there's more where that came from, but it's all for simple. 2 frags, and this round is still in limbo.
Yeah, the bomb is in a very awkward position there. You're gonna have to go all the way back to T-spawn to even get it. No one's really in a position to do that. This might be one of these rounds where you find yourself having a frag or else it all falls apart. Simple is trying to be the man to go back and get the bomb, but it's on a bit of a knife's edge because he's so low and he knows about this comm player. He's managed to get back and get it. 30 seconds. Electronic is holding down this B bomb site. Simple will live this crossing at short, and Electronic is even making the heads-up play of going, you know what, Simple, I've cleared it, it's fine, you don't have to worry about this crossing. That's because mezii is wrapping all the way through middle. Right now, fnatic are giving Na'Vi a good deal of respect, and that's going to let them get this bomb planted. Still a 3-on-2 in the retake, and so fnatic are relying on the numbers being enough.
Yeah, great util for Na'Vi there. The molly, the smoke, it all gets them into the site, and now they're out. They've got to worry about that stick. We've seen it let them down a couple of times. Info's good. Simple taking fights. It's dangerous. They're going to double wrap mezii. He thinks he's on the flank. Not exactly. He's being flanked, and he still turns around and domes Electronic. 1v3. 10 health to do it, and Simple fully flashed out in the site. They're on the bomb, they're sticking it. You need body blocks, you need more than that. Simple can't stand the test of time, and fnatic time is all they got. Another defuse to lock in 13. And you got to feel like just nothing is working for you if you're Na'Vi. The respect that fnatic give to get you that bomb plant, they take it all away at the retake.
It disappears real quick with the retake, so I'm done it.
And they're waiting for mezii. That's why they're giving away the plant. They know they're more than favored taking fights, but the only way Na'Vi win that with Simple and Electronic, deadly duo. And what a read. Where does that come from? Nothing to give him that information.
mezii just built different.
He's like, mate, site's clear.
No wonder Alex is bigging this guy up so much. He's so good.
Man for the job.
And you know, I know the Swedes and the Brits are on the same team, but Brolin and mezii are like having this little private fight for #1 on the squad. All I'm going to say is, what up now, Swedes? Woo!
Oh my goodness. What a wild, wild ride. Okay, T-side AWP. Let's see what it can do. Simple. He still had a great game. Say what you want, right? That clutch, if you're expecting it from him, I don't know what more you want. But this is a round that needs to come through for Na'Vi, or things are suddenly going to hit hot water. Jackinho putting his AWP in the front line, flashed out, doesn't take a shot, but they don't even look at him. Boomich does not look at the AWP that's blinded in front. Instead, it's Brolin who comes out clutch in the toilet, saving Jackinho, although he didn't know, and a double push through B. fnatic have all the info.
Yeah, mate, they're starting to take liberties now. They're starting to feel confident about this position they're in. They know how much the scales have tipped. Now, Electronic, it's like a pantomime. Alex, he's behind you! And there he is, getting the drop on the IGL of fnatic and doubling down. Electronic has pried this B-bomb site wide open. The bomb's going all the way back through T-spawn. Simple is lost to the hands of time over here in toilets. He's going to have to fight his way back down that connector. And I don't think Jackinho's ready for this. No way in hell. The barrel's been spotted. Simple will snuff him out of the round, out of a chance. And even spotting this comm player in Brolin, but Brolin's keen for the fight, and he's going to knock Simple to his knees. mezii and Brolin, the two top performers for fnatic. Sweden and UK, baby, coming together for a 2-on-2 retake. Electronic and Perfecto, they need this one. Na'Vi need this round. So many of these situations have gone in favor of fnatic. This cannot afford to be that case. And Electronic, he might be the man to deliver. 3 kills now, looking for number 4. Brolin will knock him out, but Perfecto is there to save it all.
Mate, that's a bad plant, and so that's the exact reason Brolin's not ready for that position, right? It's default. Perfecto, there was actually a molly down. Maybe he's thinking about crossing and grabbing that if Brolin gets on the bomb, but it's the mind game. It's the fact they're finally not playing for the plant that means Brolin won't expect that spot. Nice round for Brolin, but even better for Electronic. These opening kills, right? Catching Alex on short, gave him all the room in B, and he doesn't just get 1, he gets 3. Great round out of Na'Vi. It had to happen. That was an A play, and they didn't know that the double monster flank was boxing them in. But Na'Vi brought box cutters to the party and sawed their way out. Now a full eco. Now this game hangs in the balance. fnatic have not won this one yet, and Na'Vi coming in late. Well, that's what they're known best for. This should be a near guaranteed 30, even with the eco wins we've seen in this map already. I'm not expecting it here or now, and Electronic is crafting a path to the B side. There's Jackinho dead. Still a short player. KRIMZ has given that up to no success, so Electronic knows what to expect. More for Electronic. And it's like a late activation, man. He's not had a bad game, but he's been fairly quiet. It has been Simple and Bit doing everything, and now Electronic finding back-to-back 3K rounds to put Na'Vi equal with fnatic. A third man stepping up to the plate. And now, fnatic's mishmash buy. They've got everything. They've got an AWP if they want it. And even if we just get a kill or 2 out of Jackinho here, it could make all the difference. He's still being quiet. Clutches galore, don't get me wrong. But opening kills would go a long way right now. Simple chooses not to AWP. He could have, but he didn't.
Na'Vi have taken this short control away. And they've got connector. That's nice. It opens up a lot of opportunities. I like as well that as Electronic has really started to find his footing, he's kind of just seeing what he can get away with on these monster creeps, right? Not offering up any hints as to whether or not he's pushing, just walking it. Now, he did get spotted there. That should be commed across. fnatic are ready for this. KRIMZ has opened up with a kill onto Boomich. And once again, these smokes that they're dropping, it's kind of similar to that like Electronic smoke near to the barrels, but it's a little further back, and it means they get to like peek over the pit position here. And it's just slowing down these B takes every single time.
On top of that, the flashbang assault the fnatic threw in that round was insane. Like popping Alex into short, popping him back into pit, like just constant prodding and poking into Na'Vi as they try and take the bomb site. Now they're going back to A. Jackinho's here, he's playing retake. Now they don't have a kit currently, and so that could be a problem here, but fnatic, oh, they just run through with a flashbang. Blinds are both, Bit doubles up Jackinho, a massive kill, and they know Bit's trapped out with the truck, he could have gone long. That's what they're coming, but Jackinho has to check the close corner. KRIMZ gonna swing with him, and they line up, but Bit gets one. KRIMZ trades, and another clutch needed for KRIMZ. Him v Simple, low HP both sides. He takes the AWP. A rifle would do him far better, you would think, but he doesn't know the health. Quick tap, needs the peek, needs the shot, and KRIMZ has got it.
No way! now, Orb, Simple. It's going to be close, but I believe in KRIMZ, mate. If he thinks he's got it in the bag. fnatic,
Wow.
they steal that round, and KRIMZ, one shot from death, flicks onto Simple.
Oh my God.
And never even breaks a sweat. fnatic, they must be pumped right now. They must be pumped up.
They're the clutch kings at the moment. Crown on their head, flag in the sky high, and every 1vx comes in for fnatic in this game, it feels like. Impressive stuff. My goodness. And that's the thing, when you look at the scoreboard, it really doesn't tell a full story. Like, you look at some of these slow players for fnatic, and you go, oh, how much impact are they really having? A monstrous amount. 2 clutches for Jackinho, 2 clutches for KRIMZ. And these are some of the bottom performers. Alex has been doing a great job as well. Back down, anchoring at that B bomb site. The re-aggro there to take down Electronic was not bad. And fnatic, here they go. Na'Vi can do it with whatever money you give them. That's to say for sure. So they're not going to be deterred by this score. But full buy. Orb is out for Simple. If you wanted to save face, this is a round to win for Na'Vi. And this game has got everything. It's delivered. And it's only the first map.
Electronic is doing this little walkout again.
Last time their flashes were sick. This time, they don't have them.
Oh, that flash is a little shallow, and so Alex overestimates how much Electronic has been stifled by it. Oh, Perfecto saves Electronic there, catching the player attempting the trade, and that is a Na'Vi round all damn day. That's the idea behind these Electronic walkouts. When you don't telegraph the push, when you don't give them hints, you're hoping to just catch them on timings like this.
Yeah, I mean, we were hoping for a good game out of fnatic to start, but when we had Perfecto 4K'ing the pistol, when we had the, 8-1 lead, I wasn't expecting this kind of matchup.
I'm smiling like a moron right now. This is so exciting. Like, the fact that it was 8-1, I was like, oh no, it's a dead matchup.
Yeah.
Like,
Na'Vi destroying, great. More Na'Vi supremacy, but this is a competitive series, and Jackinho, it might get hard. He does take down Simple, big kill.
Oh, it's getting hard, all right, here we go.
Electronics, that's another 3K, Harry, as well. He's every B round that he's entered, he's 3K'd. It's actually insane. Jackinho's going to get away with this. It does seem like it. Unless they throw themselves into the bank, looking to make a deposit, or more a withdrawal of this orb. Jackinho can't afford to lose this gun. It's the one weapon they would have in that follow-up. Stay tucked. Oh my goodness! They try and knife him. The trade will come in instead. Bye-bye orb. That's gone, along with your pride, along with your sanity. The right click came through.
How devastating is this though, right? On the back of losing that orb, that was like your only big ticket item to bring forward into 14-14. You are fully broke, and I'm talking like $1,400 a player broke.
Yeah, what a horrible way that would be.
You're forcing now, and if you don't win the force buy, you're forcing again. If you don't win that, it's GG.
Bit going for knife kills. He's got Na'Vi blood in him already. 14-14, my goodness. I mean, yeah, they won the second round with it, or their third round. Can't even speak. Their second round being the third round with this buy, but Na'Vi are far better armed for the job. Electronic, he knows they're going to push B, and so they shout.
Okay, so finally Electronic hasn't multi-killed the B bomb site. Like, is that enough? Is that enough for fnatic? Even though they only have these deagles. Simple creeping up. Yeah. You don't miss those, Brolin. Unfortunate place to find yourself. Jackinho dead at long as well. KRIMZ and mezii. 2-on-4. This AK on KRIMZ might not even want to hang about if mezii can't stay alive here.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy spot to stay alive in either. No one's looking at this going, easy for mezii, but maybe it is. The deeg shot connects for the first. And now, if KRIMZ wasn't invested before, you better believe he is. mezii with this deagle. KRIMZ spots bit, Simple trades, and they know about this deeg. mezii v Simple, and Simple comes out ahead, securing his 30th kill, and most importantly, 15 on the board for Na'Vi.
30th kill going into the 30th round. It's poetic justice right now for fnatic, and what a way to fall. If they were to, this would be where it happens. Na'Vi, I cannot believe, not only do they botch the 8-1 lead, but then they come back off the back of fnatic's clutch rounds, with Electronic finding his footing in the second half. And this is where we stand on fnatic's map pick. they are the ones with the world against them.
You know, it's very impressive that they have pushed Na'Vi to their very limits like this, especially when you consider how this started. But Fnatic don't want people, you know, they don't want the stories to be told of this game. Damn, it was a good try.
Yeah.
You know, it was impressive that they almost won it. No, mate, they want a victory here. Maybe they weren't believing originally, but now your hearts and minds are fully invested in this map.
But to compare these teams, Fnatic, a new squad, Na'Vi more than experienced. Safe to say, Natus been here, done that, and they're about to get the t-shirt. A quick shop and drop to close out the first map of the series. Let's see if Na'Vi can do it. This should be the easiest round yet, but it holds the hardest consequences. Triple toilet for Fnatic. The smoke is down, and they hang around.
Yeah, that's the issue with this round, is it's like if there ever was a time to try and gamble and you know, maybe take a bit of a coin flip, it's in a round like this, where everyone's playing nervous. Everyone is scared about the potential of an OT on the Na'Vi side. So they stack heavy in toilets, leaving Alex to anchor the B-bomb site alone. We know Electronic has been doing these walkouts down towards B, but this round he's in con. Na'Vi are setting up towards this site, but the flank from Brolin has hit a stellar timing. Oh, the Deagles of Fnatic into a 5-on-2.
Ow.
This is where Alex alone at the B-bomb site. His whole job now is just to not die immediately, not give up this bomb plant. He's spotted at the barrels, Electronic moving in, Simple alongside him. It's this terrifying Na'Vi duo, but Alex has gotten rid of one of them. Simple gotta come up in the 1-on-5 or else this game is going to overtime. Are the Deagles enough? Simple, 2 out of the 5 kills needed, and now he's on a Deag of his own. He's gonna try and beat them at their own game. Flash does not find Simple, and in fact, it's Brolin to find him. We're going to overtime, 15-15. The Deagles of Fnatic get us there, and this game is not over yet.
When I joined Fnatic, it was a Shide's dream come true, like playing Counter-Strike as a job.
When you think of Fnatic, and I'll always think of that original Fnatic, the superstar team winning 3 majors, and I always think about them being these trendsetters.
Oh, and with the addition of mezii and Alex into this squad, Fnatic are looking to make their first of many colossal comebacks, perhaps. 15-15, and we're in to overtime. Jackinho and Simple both donning these AWPs. For guys like Simple, the gloves are well and truly off. Electronic hits a blinder, and Simple has also opened the round with a kill. This B-bomb site getting bullied, and Na'Vi are ready to move in on the back of it. Alex is once again the lone defender. mezii has now moved in actually to supplement this B hold. Na'Vi ain't feeling the pressure just yet. They can slow it right down, Hugo.
It's poetic seeing Alex throwing Vitality utility there.
The
that
Apex
little,
flash.
Pop flash. Well, a different one towards short, not the monster one that you know and love, but also Vital util. And even taking the AWP, we saw that on the tail end of Cloud9. He's picked it up off of Jackinho's body. I think it was run-boosted monster. Audacious stuff for Fnatic, but Na'Vi have slowed down. They are cool right now. They are not stressed. 5-on-3, and it's not up to them to make the play. Not yet, at least. Na'Vi will bleed the clock. Alex wanting to get involved. Bits in the toilet, tucked in tight. Double push on this A site, and Bit has no idea. More Brolin from long gone. There's still 2 more CTs to worry about. A lineup there. Bit's going to trade the AWP, but do they know about mezii? He just got a frag, and he's sitting on the bomb. They take the site. They're waiting for the flank up connector, and mezii just trying to get involved. This would be 30 kills, but he can't do it. Bit waiting in the wings, and Na'Vi find their first of overtime.
Yeah, got a bit weird with mezii getting that frag. I thought Bit would have honed in more, but he comes back around to it.
Two kills in sync for Alex and mezii as well on short side. Like Fnatic, they timed that crunch perfectly as far as Brolin coming back from long toilets and both A players pushing in. But we always see those timings elude teams, right? Where you walk down toilet to come up banana, you walk down banana to come up toilets, right? It's so infuriating, and Bit does the best at that, as he has been doing all game long. Na'Vi maybe want to ramp up the pace a bit towards B, send Electronic out monster. But Fnatic do have the utility. Here in overtime, money is no problem. And so nades, mollies, smokes, you name it, they got it. That will force a bit of respect out of Electronic for the time being. Whoa. Careful. Even taking the orb now out of the gate.
That's what I was about to say. Alex donning the secondary orb, getting some real C9 flashbacks, and mezii going for the jump peek. You don't want to do that against Simple.
Yeah, he's cool. I hit that.
It slows down again. Since hitting own teammate Na'Vi, it does look like the gloves are off, right? Like, everything's looking very, very clean.
What?
Simple kills Electronic, but Boomich has at least gotten into this site. That was a collateral to Simple through his teammate, but it's all good. It's opened up the B bomb site. Brolin dead on rotation, and Jackinho still sat bottom of the board, 10 kills. This is a 1v4. He could only fathom of winning.
Yeah, that was just Simple faking out on the A site as well, I think. We need to see that back. Jackinho, an impossible clutch, especially with a Heaven player now to worry about. Now, Bit's not here, but I'm not getting worried yet. Jackinho moving in, and now they double face. Simple to close, and yeah, let's run that one right back. As Na'Vi, they flash Boomich into play, and Simple, meanwhile, does dirty things on A. Hopefully we'll have that replay in a bit, but for now...
Pull that one up, Jamie.
Oh, here's just the tag onto mezii.
Yep.
Oh, was down on lower then? Rather.
Yeah, it was over here.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, okay, that's... hey, it works. It's one way to do it, I'll tell you that much. Kills the monster player, kills Electronic, but hey, 2 for 1.
That's how bloodthirsty they are right now. They want this win.
Ooh.
As far as Na'Vi are concerned, it never should have even got to this point.
Oh, if he shot there, he still can. mezii doesn't know how close he's coming to death. He almost died last time to this same play. Why would you risk it? It's not even down to you at that point. Na'Vi, though, what a return to form, right? Even though they couldn't close in regulation. Even though the Deagles proved to be just too much for fnatic. Once everything's out of there, Na'Vi, they're feeling feisty, looking for a clean sweep on the T side.
And if you want to look for why this has happened, look no further than Electronic, really. Like, having this late game activation, like you say. Oh, well, finally he's been stifled down here towards B. That's a big name to have removed. The reason I highlight him was earlier on, we were saying how it was Bit and Simple taking the majority of these opening fights. Well, Electronic has since caught up. Think about how many multi-kill B entries this guy had. Now they've got to try and do it without him.
Everyone's here. Everyone is here. Simple. Smoke is still down. Jackinho waiting. Contact shot. Simple with the orb. Good to trade. There's still a divider man. Brolin, he's off the bit in this position. Baited in by mezii, and Brolin grabs Boomich as well. fnatic looking like they're going to lock it around, at least on this CT side, unless Bit can go nuclear. He knows about that toilet player, but he can't finish the job. 16 found for fnatic. That's a sigh of relief, a breath of fresh air, as it felt like Na'Vi were ready to go 3-0 up in overtime, and with their CT side being where they started, being their stronger half in this game, finding 10-5 in the first half, that would be worrying. fnatic at least have a bit of room to breathe.
Yeah, it's only a little bit of breathing room, but man, it can't feel so worth it. So let's see if that's enough.
Ooh, lots of space taken. Na'Vi love to do this in reg, right? Throwing Bit over party with flashes. But fnatic are ready for it.
Yeah, I think it's also important to look at Electronic here, because if you remember, he was constantly pushing this short water. Even when he wasn't getting kills out of it, he was getting a lot of information. Yeah. So I'm curious to see if that keeps up now that we've hit overtime and the stakes feel that much higher. He's already looking pretty fast and loose over here towards short, pushed up to the sandbags. KRIMZ never spotted that. So eventually this path will be carved for Electronic to once again be that forward scout and get the early B info on the back of this position.
Despite Electronic having good info on water right now, we're still 3B, and I think part of that is fnatic threw double nades and monsters to start the round. That's kept Na'Vi scared of this lower site. Eventually, the penny will drop and they'll have to move up, but right now, the timing for fnatic is looking really good. Simple, on long, is going to be that forefront man to take the first contact, but Alex won't give it to him. Doubling back as he walks through toilets. Still 3 strong on B. And with mezii outside of Monster, maybe they go back down connector. Maybe it is always going to end down on this lower side. If that's the case, you've got to worry about Electronic tucked in close. KRIMZ needs this entry and he's back walking in. Electronic grabs one. Brolin trades and the round is on.
Yeah, that trade frag from Brolin is everything. Also, Alex is about to hit the mother load of timings. Now, it does rely on his teammates actually getting into B, but if they do, and Alex can activate late in the round, that's huge. Brolin's picked off by the comp rotation. The bomb plant has got to come in, and the kills just aren't getting found for fnatic. Alex here just a second too late. Oh my goodness. 2 out of 3, but Bit wins it to time. It's devastating for Alex. It's devastating for fnatic. They put all the faith in that flank, but with the B entries not coming in, with that bomb plant not getting found, the flank isn't able to play into the round how they wanted it to.
5 seconds difference, and that's a totally different round. Especially if that bomb went default, I think they would have won it. They would have got the plant in, but it was Bit to stop. And as Simple hit his 30th frag to find the first match point of this map. Oh, it was Boomich stopping the bomb. Disregard that point. But as Simple hit 30, on 30, Bit hit 30 to find another match point. That's 18 for Na'Vi. It's their second chance to close it out. And this time they have 2 opportunities. It's not the Eagles on the other side, though. It's fnatic full bought, raring to go. And what a debut for fnatic here. But they don't want to fall, like you said earlier. They don't want to be the guys who almost beat Na'Vi, and so mezii catches that aggression out B that's been prolific in Electronic CT side. Out Monster in the T rounds contact, and doing the same here in the second half, but it means nothing.
That kill is huge, though. For all intents and purposes, like, you're very, very happy at finding a 4-on-5 in that way. It's untradeable. It also means that now Na'Vi have to commit to this double B setup, right? You're a lot less fluid with the rotations. And it's going to give you more room to take space up here on A, because the numbers just aren't there for Na'Vi. Boomich has now come up from this B-bomb site, but fnatic are already in the site. Boomich is not aware. He's screwed here. Alex runs him down. Simple at long with a missed shot. Brolin leaps over the top of it, and Alex is in there down spawn. Perfecto, never ready for that.
Oh my god, Alex has so much room in this D side, man.
Double overtime maybe on the cards.
I mean, I'm not against it.
Maybe on the cards after all.
I got nothing against that, Harry. This is only map 1. We got Nuke up next. We got Dust 2 to close, and I hope we get all 3 with overtime sprinkled in on top. Flashes for fnatic have been impeccable in this game. The CT flashes to take water control, to stop Monster players were great, and now on the T side, full whiting Boomich there. Nothing he can do about it. We've got players nearing 40 kills. Here we go. Nades stack, and look who's on the other side.
Oh no! The artillery! Simple and Electronic are both brought to their knees, never even seeing an opponent.
It's funny, you talk about how Bit and Brolin have been at the guys of the forefront of these opening kills. They are also the 2 highest effective flash players in the server, 21 and 22 respectively.
Yeah, I just flashed myself for the entries.
It's one way to do it, Pug style. But this is Tier 1 CS through and through. This is the best of the best. This
nade stack to have opened up this round, that could be everything.
Yeah,
right?
Look at who you've destroyed.
The 2 big hitters outside of Bit, right, who's obviously another name in contention, but he's now like the only guy with a leg to stand on here.
He's got to stand tall. They're coming his way. Alex hesitates again, but it's up to Jackinho, and if Bit goes aggressive here, if there's a flash behind it, that's fine, but he catches the timing, and Jackinho dodges death. It goes both ways. He knows about Bit. Meanwhile, fnatic, if they hit this A site, they now know that Long is corrupted, and they've got to clear that out.
It could kind of be misinfo. You've just seen the bomb running away from Long. Like, now you are hearing flashes up through short, but look, Na'Vi aren't sold on the idea of this being an A play. And I imagine a lot of it is because Bit's just said, well, the AWP just left, mate. He's not on Long anymore. These sound like fake smokes, fake execs, but in reality, this push is coming in. Boomich gotta hold the line, only good for 1, and Bit is toppled without a kill to his name. Those nades now, they matter a hell of a lot, because Simple and Electronic are the walking wounded in this retake. Perfecto's gotta do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, crippled by utility, now need to make the impossible happen, a man down, and it's coming to them. Simple headshot in the stairwell. Connector flank activated, does find 1. Jackinho's dead. Maybe Perfecto Perfecto can whip out a clutch, but it's Electronic with the kit who can't afford to die in this position, and he does. Time could be the problem now. Perfecto's picked up a kit, 1v3. Fnatic don't need to face, don't need to move, and they'll peek him together to close the round. Overtime 2. Na'Vi just can't close these map points. And mezii hits his 30th as well as we run it right back.
And as we head into a second overtime, mate, this is one of these rare situations where the sequel might be better than the original.
We've not had many overtimes this season of Pro League, Harry. We had our first over in Group B. That felt like a shocker. That felt like a delayed start. Well, maybe it's because we've been saving them all for the real group, for Group C, for where things seriously heat up. Nate, again, they know the impact it had last time with assists coming through off of that, but you're not going to catch them by surprise twice. Boomich just spamming safe. So seized spam and short seized as well. Electronic gets into position, and he's been so good at getting this, but I would say Electronic has definitely gone cold in the overtime. He's gone quiet. He was the hero. He's part of the reason Na'Vi even found 50. And now we need him more than ever. Bit is even walking the spawn. But which side does he go to? Fnatic is showing face on both halves of the map.
Yeah.
If Bit goes up the ladder, he's got to pick a side. And so he may never will. Just hearing the steps of the rotate. Does he know? Alex running. Let's see if that adjusts Na'Vi's rotations. Yes, 2 players on top. Run down to B. Bits grab the info that might win Na'Vi the round. You don't fall for a fake now.
Yeah, not after hearing that, right? Bit might have been the man to find this first in double OT. He's at least enabled them to put their pieces in the right place. Electronic, good for a double. Don't know how he gets his second there. And Boomich traded after 1. Simple's rotated in up in the heavens. They know about him. They know he's here. Flash is raining through, but that bomb plant can't get stopped anytime soon. Bit is now wrapping Monster. Are Fnatic ready for this? They never spotted him, so it's going to be a shot in the back for Brolin. KRIMZ is now the guy who's got a clutch. It was his clutch in that second half that spurred on this whole Fnatic retake, but the bomb not planted for him. That could work in his favor. They were not ready for this position, but now, as it's the 1v1 on Simple,
he's got it.
Simple can just hop on the bomb and stick that defuse. KRIMZ is
easy.
Heads up, lands the no-scope, and still wins the round. Simple does it with flair.
Mate, he probably would have had that, Harry. He probably would have had that defuse, but the style points for Simple. It's always a delight to see. A no-scope, you're just leaving that down to chance, but Simple's scope, he doesn't need it. It works different. The game runs on rails. And 19 rounds to Na'Vi. I mean, score means nothing at this point. Match points mean nothing.
He did have it, by the way, so I think he had to get off of this.
It's pretty close, but hey, Simple doesn't want to trifle with it anyway. I don't know, it was over halfway, man. It was pretty scary. Regardless, high intensity rounds now. KRIMZ, nice try, but it's Na'Vi finding the first yet again.
Oh, are they assembling the boost in Playground? It looks like they could be. Nah, they're just going to use it to throw that molly over instead. Simple on the other side. They were getting up on this slide. I thought it was to try and remove this orb. But instead, Simple has locked them out of middle.
40.
If you're Fnatic, it's got to feel kind of good knowing that you're, like, in a game where Simple is 40 kills deep, for crying out loud. Bit is 30. Electronic's almost 30 bombing as well. You're still in this one.
Yeah, but so are Na'Vi, looking to, again, take a convincing lead. They went 2-1 in their first half of OT on the T side. And now they look to find another in the defense. Simple picks off the long player, and it's mezii out Monster.
That was the bomb as well, so this is unwinnable.
Mezii's just on damage control, make those stats look good, and he can't. Perfecto takes him down, and a flawless round for Na'Vi. Now they look for the clean sweep, and safe to say it's off for the first team to go 3-0 in a half of overtime to close. But Na'Vi, I don't want to get ahead of myself. They have had 2 match points, Harry. And both times, Fnatic have clawed back. Once behind, and the other twice. Yeah,
that
lips at the prospect of victory.
Simple smiling. That's always scary.
Yeah, he smells blood in the water.
Maybe a B rush. Maybe something a little bit faster. Bit of a quicker round out of Fnatic. Electronic, is he ready? He's going to dance with the devil, but eventually that music's got to stop. Electronic, there's the mow down. 2 in it for him. Mezii mezii brushed aside by Perfecto, and Na'Vi looking to go flawless in this second overtime. They've managed it on the CT side with 3 in a row. Now, 1 away from stealing Fnatic's map pick off of them.
Should be easy, right? 1 round, 3 chances, all the money in the world, 10-5 T-side in regulation. What could go wrong, Harry? What could possibly be difficult?
As we've gone through each of these OTs, every time Na'Vi come into it, mate, it feels like they're just going all out from the start, and they've only gotten more aggressive, more oppressive, more in your face. Fnatic starting to get worried that they were already giving this all they've got, and maybe there's not anything left in the tank anymore. They need 3 in a row themselves to get this one to a 3rd overtime.
Hell, Na'Vi have faith in their T-side. It's Fnatic's map pick. Na'Vi picked T-side to start, Harry. They wanted to run their executes. They wanted to tear apart maybe this inexperienced Fnatic defense. But they have held on through thick and thin. And now, this is the hardest round of all. Alex making a move. They have no idea. Backstab, potentially, but which side do you look? Simple throwing nades. Oh, is he going to check the corner? Alex going for him. And he's, oh no! Just about gets the leg shot in. mezii holds strong on B, and KRIMZ with the crossfire takes a second. Fnatic, they won't go down without a fight.
And with the bomb lost outside of Monster, like, you've got to go recover that before you can even begin to attempt the 2-on-4.
Forget it, let's just frag.
Oh, this little gap angle out of Alex, mate, is dirty. They also don't know if anyone's playing around that bomb. Fnatic have fully given it over.
Bye.
But this is why. They know they could just play a numbers game now, and we're just a bit left standing. While he's had an incredible map, this is a 1v4 that should be unwinnable for the guy. And there's Alex to make it so. That's 1 out of 3 needed to get this to a triple overtime.
You really can't doubt this double hold of Alex and KRIMZ in the B site. It has just been wrecking right now. I like that variation on the electronic smoke that you mentioned earlier that they keep using towards the pit. Dropping it just that little bit lower almost gives you a one-way and a way to actually fight towards Monster. And right there again, it's the B hold that holds strong for Fnatic.
Yeah, and you know, it feels like it kind of deals with like one of the issues, and that's that your other side at pillar and short is still open with the standard electronic smoke. Whereas when you're dropping it here, yeah, you're giving them a couple more feet of ground, right? But it feels worth it, at least with how Fnatic are playing this B site. They're able to make it work.
Oh, a bit.
Bit's gone deep.
We've not seen any of this for Fnatic, right? Like, Na'Vi have loved to challenge mid-CT, but look at Brolin. He has never played here.
Simple was about to molly this and then decides against it. I wonder if that's because Bit's like, no, mate, I'm all the way up, it's fine.
Yeah, they're not peeking me. They won't possibly still be here, standing on the corner, defended by the Orc.
As you say, this isn't something we've really seen them do in regulation or once we hit OT. So can that be the surprise that helps get Fnatic closer?
Oh, that's massive, though. Now the backstab can come in. Brolin had to activate with Con open. He could be shot in the back of the head instead. He might do that to the best. Simple. Oh, he looks for 2, and it's Bit who covers his teammate. Brolin, 1 wouldn't cut it. It wasn't satisfactory enough, and it might be the undoing. The desperation, the greed. And Na'Vi 3 away from a lock-in. Make that 2. Electronic here to close, and Na'Vi might just have showed up at the right time. In Fnatic's map pick, Alex holds on B, but they're split, 1 per site.
Yeah, Jackinho still on the receiving end of a very quiet game. If there was ever a time for him to try and show what he can do, it would have been right now. But Simple is up through toilets, brushes him aside. 42 frags on Simple, 13 for his AWPing counterpart on the other side. And Alex is now left in the roughest of situations. He's got the reality starting to set in that while this was a damn good try, it's a Na'Vi map after all at 22-19.
Wow.
42 frags from Simple needed to get